In the darkest days of the Second World War, when Britain's skies were lit by fire and sirens wailed through the night, one young princess refused to stand apart. She was heir to a throne, but she longed to serve. This is the story of Queen Elizabeth II, the first female member of the royal family ever to wear the uniform, and how that decision shaped the woman, the monarch, and the legacy that followed. When war broke out in 1939, the royal household, like every family in Britain, faced uncertainty. The king and queen chose to remain in London, even as bombs fell nearby. For Princess Elizabeth, then just 13, it was a lesson in courage and duty. She saw the world change. She saw women once confined to homes step into factories, hospitals, and battlefields. And she wanted to do her part. In February 1945, against the advice of many courtiers, Princess Elizabeth enlisted in the Auxiliary Territorial Service, Britain's women's branch of the army. She trained as a driver and mechanic, learning to change tires, rebuild engines, and navigate military vehicles. She was given the service number 230873, and for the first time, she was known not as Your Royal Highness, but as Second Subaltern Elizabeth Windsor. It was not a symbolic gesture. She lived, trained, and worked alongside ordinary women, sharing meals, laughter, and long days in uniform. For them, she wasn't the future queen. She was simply Elizabeth. When victory came, the young princess stood on the balcony of Buckingham Palace, a nation reborn beneath her. But later that night, she slipped out of the palace incognito, arm in arm with her sister, to join the jubilant crowds in the streets. For one night, she was not a royal, just a girl, dancing in freedom. A moment of humanity that would define her reign. The lessons she learned in uniform, teamwork, service, humility became the foundation of her leadership. When she took the throne in 1952, she brought with her the discipline of a soldier and the empathy of a servant. She never forgot the bond she shared with those who served. For 70 years, she remained the living link between the military and the monarchy, the commander who once wore their uniform. In an age when royals were expected to stay apart, she chose to stand beside. When the world was burning, she rolled up her sleeves. And long after the guns fell silent, she carried that spirit, the quiet resolve of a woman who knew the meaning of service. Queen Elizabeth II's life was defined by duty, but it began with action. And perhaps that's why her reign endured, because she had once fought, in her own way, for the world she would one day rule. She was a